puja, how is it different from Seva?
Asamarpita vastuna tasmat varjanam acharit.
How did you balance your school, college and still give priority to Seva? Netflix જોઈ શકે તો સેવા તો કરી જ શકે છે.
Instagram scroll કરી શકે સેવા કરી
Of
શકે.
course. And who will help us understand what does Thakurji like?
Only Seva is the way you can reach Thakurji in Pushtimarg.
Krishnam Mande Jagadgurum. Welcome to Episodes of Grace, episode number 9. 9 is considered to be a full number, and it happens to be that we are going to be talking about Seva. I'm your host, Aditya Shastri, and we are here today with our mentor, guide, founder, and someone who's going to bless us with the concept of Seva, Goswami Śrī Anugrahkumarji Mahodayshree. Dandavat pranam dede.
Namaskar Shastri ji.
The relevance of Seva and why Seva is considered to be the heart of Pushtimarg is what we are going to know today. Let's try and understand the meaning of Seva. JJ, Seva is a term which has been utilized by people in various formats. It could be in terms of Thakurji's Seva, sometimes people Seva, Lok Seva. What is the meaning of this Seva and how should Pushtimargiya Vaishnavas understand this word?
So Seva, it can only typically mean serving. But in Pushtimarg, we typically take Seva as Bhagavad Seva or serving Shri Thakurji. Now see, Seva can be used anywhere. Seva is a service. As you said, it can be Jan Seva or serving people, different types of people. That is also not wrong. And different Devi Devtas that you have at your place, you can use puja word for them. But in Pushtimarg, the Seva word is typically used for Bhagavad Seva, that is serving Shri Thakurji.
Okay.
So serving Shri Thakurji is also the base of Pushtimarg. Seva is the base on which whole Pushtimarg has flowered up. So performing Seva the way Thakurji likes it is the main duty of a Pushtimargiya Vaishnav, Shri Mahaprabhuji. He states in his Granth called Chatushloki, Sarvada Sarva Bhavena Bhajaniyo Vrajadipaha Swasya Ayameva Dharmohi. This is the whole sentence, whole phrase that makes sense. Otherwise people just, say Sarvada Sarva Bhavena Bhajaniyo Vrajadipaha. But how should you serve Thakurji? Swasya Ayameva Dharmohi. That is our only duty, that with all of our heart, all of the bhavana, always we should serve Shri Thakurji. Also in Tika we get an explanation of this. Pushtimargi Harer Dasyam Dharmaha. Being devoted to Shri Thakurji, serving him is the main duty of a Pushtimargiya Vaishnava. Hence, Seva should be followed.
Vrutrasur Chatushloki.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's our Dharma is Thakurji, our Artha is Thakurji,
Our Kam is Thakurji and Moksha is Thakurji.
Moksha is Thakurji. Everything is Thakurji. Fantastic. Apshi mentioned the word puja. How is it different from Seva?
Okay. So puja is a term that is typically used for Maryada Marg. But I cannot say, see, puja and seva are similar, not the same.
Okay.
So the difference between seva and puja is, in puja, you just offer some flowers, some dhoop deep and just go away. There's a term in Maryada Marg that is Shodasopchar Pujan. That includes, Kanku, Chandan, Akshat, then Malaji, Pushp, flowers, then flower garland, that is Malaji, then Nevedya, that is Bhog, Tambul, that is leaves or Pan, and different aspects, then different types of aspects you perform in Shodasopchar Pujan with Vedic mantras. But in Pushtimarg is a Vedic marg. All of the Seva Kram is Vedic, but we add on Kirtans in it. In Maryada Marg, only the lens used is Gyan. But in Pushtimarg, the way Seva is watched is also with Bhavana. So that is the reason we add on Kirtans. If a Pushtimargi person does not know Vedic mantras, that works. And knows Kirtan, that is good. That is the best way one can perform Seva. Whereas in Maryada Marg, if you don't know Vedic mantras, that does not work at all. That is not the correct way of performing puja. But in Pushtimarg, if you don't know Vedic mantras and know Kirtans, that absolutely works always.
And for people who don't have the adhikar on Ved, they will recite to Purana.
Exactly.
And they will do Puranic shloks and they'll do puja. Can we consider that puja has Visarjan, but Seva doesn't have Visarjan.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes puja also does not have Visarjan in the places where, you have Shivalaya, like where Shivling. You offer all the seva, but there's no scope of Visarjan. He's always situated over there. He always stays there. Some mandir where there's proper sthapana pran pratishtha of the swarup or the murti, he always he stays there and is offered with all of the puja over there. In seva, there's no chance of Visarjan. Once you take seva in your hand, once Pushti of the swarup is done, then there's no scope of Visarjan anyhow.
So it's pran plus bhav
Exactly.
put together.
So there's no concept of Visarjan in Pushtimarg. Once you start doing seva, you have to do till your last breath. Also child's last breath, also grandchild's last breath.
Generations can do the seva of the same Thakur.
Yeah, there's no Visarjan.
Okay. One of the reasons why we carry forward the Swarup from generations to generations.
Yeah.
Okay. The seva that we have in Pushtimarg, is it different from other sampradayas?
Yes, there's a lot of difference. In Pushtimarg, we serve Thakurji with the bhavana or with feeling of Tat Sukh. Tat Sukh means the way Thakurji likes accepting seva, not the way you offer seva. We get a relation of Swami and Sevak. Sevak anam yata loge vyavahara prasiddhati in Siddhanta Rahasya. The way a Swami and a Sevak, Das and his Swami, both of them are connected to each other. Whatever the Swami likes is to be accepted by Das, and not what Das likes is to be accepted by Swami. In the same way, whatever Thakurji likes is to be offered to him. And that is Seva, that is Tat Sukh. The way he likes has to be given to him.
And who will help us understand what does Thakurji like?
Shri Mahaprabhuji. And all of his, I'll just tell you one thing. In Pushtimarg, we have a concept of Seva Pranalika. Seva Pranalika is the way, or is a scripture that is written from the time of Shri Mahaprabhuji and Goswami and then edited after some generations. And it says, or it writes all of the ways a person should perform seva. It describes each and every day, or each and every day on what day what seva is to be offered. So that is Seva Pranalika, one can learn from it.
Okay. So, if I want to learn seva, or any other Vaishnav wants to learn seva, what are the sources for them to learn? One of them, Apshri mentioned, is Seva Pranalika. If Apshri can give more idea or more elaboration on that, that will be helpful for them to understand it better.
So learning seva is an easy process. If you find someone knowledgeable around you, you can just ask these people to come to your place. You can discuss with them how to do seva or not to. Also, if you want to learn more about seva, you can contact some Acharya Balaks, Vallabhacharya. They'll surely help you out. You can just request them that what seva should be done, what type of seva should be done, when to do, what to do, how to do, anything, everything will be clarified.
So they shouldn't be scared or worried.
Not at all. See, I would like to tell all of you, you should go to a Vallabhacharya and ask questions regarding seva or anything, whatever queries you have. There's no some sort of hesitation that you should have. All of these, some Vaishnav, they scare people that do not go to Vallabhakul Balaks. And there's a type of fear all of you have. There's no point of having such fear in your lives. There's no point in having such fear. If you have a query, you can just stand up in front of a Vallabhacharya and, without hesitation, you should ask him. And he'll give you a clarified answer.
Perfect. After all, Seva Krutir Guru Ragnya.
Yeah.
And any Vallabhacharya will give a solution keeping in mind Mahaprabhuji's
That's
principles.
our duty.
Achnoti iti Acharya, of course. You have to set the right example by guiding them.
Yeah, why not?
A lot of Vaishnavas in the older generation have this practice of calling their seva as Dudghar and Sakhdi. Is this the right mindset?
Okay, so I'll just tell you, Pushtimarg is a concept of asamarpita vastuna tasmat varjanam acharit. In Siddhanta Rahasya, also before that shlok, sarva vastu samarpanam. Whatever you have, whatever you practice, whatever you see, whatever you have, whatever you eat, everything should be offered to Shri Thakurji first, and after him, you. Datta apahara vachanam tatha cha sakalam hare, again Siddhanta Rahasya. whatever you offer to Thakurji after him has to be accepted by you. The only thing is, it should be according to Shri Thakurji. Whatever he likes, you have to like it. It is not like whatever you like, he has to like it. This is such a nice kirtan, we get it. Shri Thakurji, he says to Shri Yashodaji, he's telling all of his stories, what happened today, yesterday, but in the between of that, he says to Shri Yashodaji that Bhog Shringar Yashoda Maya Moish Vitthal Nath Ke Aat Ko Bhag. He's telling Yashodaji that I love the seva, or I love all of the services that are offered by Vitthal Nath Ji more than you.
Wow.
I love all of the seva that is performed by Shri Goswami Ji more than the seva that you're doing.
So a balak is telling his mother,
I like someone else's seva more than you. Imagine the level of, Tatsuk Shri Goswami Ji is kept in seva. Whatever Shri Thakurji likes has to be offered to him.
so could be a possibility where Thakurji can ask something from front.
Yes, he has. So many times, Shriji Baba. And yes, we were on the question that Dudgar, Ansakadi and Sakadi.
Yes.
So, the thing is, there is, as I said, there's a sequence of, or there's a practice of Datta Apahar. What you offer to Shri Thakurji has to be taken by you. So, if you can stay on Dudgar, you can offer Dudgar. If you can stay on Ansakadi the whole day, you can offer Ansakadi the whole day. If you can stay on Sakadi the whole day, you can offer Sakadi the whole day.
So basically, someone who eats everything should be offering everything.
Exactly. That is the main concept of Pushtimarg.
Fantastic. These days, I've seen a lot of millennial parents. They have children between the age of 5 and 10. They expect them to start doing seva. And I'm not sure how equipped are they to do seva or not. Is their mindset right to expect their children between the age of 5 and 10 to start doing seva?
Okay, so first of all, let me tell you one thing. If parents don't do seva and expect their children to do seva, that does not make sense at all. That is worthless. Once a parent starts doing seva, after that he then tries to convince his child to do seva, that is again understandable. First of all, these days many parents come to us, they say, "Amaro chokro સેવામાં નથી આવતો, ના તો નથી સેવામાં, શું કરીએ અમે? તો તમે નાવ છો?" So the thing is, you are not performing seva and then expecting your children to perform seva. Parents these days only perform 10% of seva and then expect their children to perform 50% of seva. That makes no sense. If you perform 100% and expect your child to perform 50%, that again is understandable. So this should be the way. Slowly that 50% might increase to 100% gradually.
Fair.
But first of all, you have to practice.
And since Shri comes from a Gen Z era, he was a millennial asking a Gen Z, how did you balance your school, college, and still give priority to seva?
Okay, so this is a very nice question. I think this might help all of the youngsters these days who are going to college, going to schools.
Yes.
See, again, seva needs sacrifice. We have to sacrifice our daily routine for performing seva, and this is sacrifice for good. You understand? So I used to wake up at 5 every day. Used to go down in seva, Shankanad, Jagavani seva, Mangal Bhog, everything Mangala Arati. 9 I used to perform for Mangala Arati, but I used to stay in seva and then used to go to school. And when I used to come back, and some days I used to go in seva in Utthapan. So there was a rule at our family that if you are not doing Chanspash of Thakurji, you will not be eating that day.
Wow.
So if someday, we were children, so there was no, kai samjhanad nathi. So if I used to, by chance not go in seva, I used to not get food that day.
Wow.
So this was a practice that is still followed.
Till this day?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Of course, till date. But actually, there's no day that we...
You don't go in seva now, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, the day you don't do Chanspash of Shri Thakurji is the day you don't eat.
Don't get prasad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, this was the way everything processed, everything worked. And that is the reason, we started seva as a habit. If you have some restrictions on you that not this, then this. So the day you start having these restrictions, slowly, at first you have to do it forcefully. But then gradually you start loving it.
Right.
You just need a push.
Just need a push.
And now in college you're saying, I get lectures at 10 o'clock in the morning, 9:30 to 10. So I wake up, go in Shingar, I offer Shingar, I offer Rajbhog, and then come out. And then go to the college, come back, and then again.
Again in Seva.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming you never miss out on any utsavs.
Not at all. I don't even think of going to college on Janmashtami. This is an example. So, Seva, the way you guys make your birthdays priority, you guys make your relationships priority, making Seva priority is also a thing you all have to practice in Pushtimarg. So, making Seva priority is must.
Girlfriend, boyfriend, bajuma, Thakurji Pilla is what JJ is trying to say.
Yes, so all of these are worldly things, but
yeah.
Jagat ne chodi ne Jagannath ne pakado to vadare sa.
100%. એમાં કોઈ doubt જ નથી. So it's a good message to even working people should, I think, stand up for their own cause.
Seva can be managed anyhow. Shri Mahaprabhuji clearly states 3 ઘડીની સેવા ઓછામાં ઓછી હોવી જોઈએ. That is 24 minutes plus 24 minutes plus 24 minutes.
72. 4800, yeah.
So that is the minimal time. I don't think 72 minutes is too much.
Netflix જોઈ શકે તો સેવા તો કરી જ શકે.
Instagram scroll કરી શકે સેવા કરી શકે.
Of course.
So offering seva is the prior duty of a Pushtimarg Vaishnav, and all of us should do it.
Fantastic. And last but not the least, if someone has to learn seva, what are the steps that Shri would recommend them?
Okay, so I have a very nice process bound for it. If you want to learn seva, these days, people from Gen Z, again I'll tell you, they think that हमारा दादी करता था, हमारा दादा करता था, हमें નથી કરી શકતા કે અમારાથી કંઈક ભૂલ થઈ જાય એમને ખબર કેવી રીતે પડે. So there's a very nice process bound for this, I'll tell you. You perform seva, and if you have some doubts, you can just call a knowledgeable person, a person who is already too much experienced in seva, at your place for one day. He or she observes everything, the way you're doing seva, where you're lacking, where you're excelling, and then notes down something, all of the mistakes that you're doing, and then you get that notepad to Vallabhacharya, and then ask him to rectify all of it. Again, I'm telling, don't ask the person who has come for invigilating to rectify you, because sometimes also they blabber out.
Yeah, so they're just observing.
Yeah, they're observing and then write down some mistakes, what mistakes are done, and then you can come to some Vallabhacharya and then ask him that is this right, is this wrong, what can I do, all of the rectification he'll make you do, and if he does all of the rectification, it's good, it works.
Perfect. And for small children who are between the age of 5 to 10, if it's too personal, Shri can decline to answer this, but did Shri get a small swarup to learn Shringar on?
Yes, my Taji, Nitilila Shri Virjulalji Maharaj Shri, he, it is only his grace, I know, just 0.00001% of seva today. When I was 4 years old, he just handed over a Shri Dwarkaji swarup, such small to me, and he told me to do seva. That was just khel ke swarup, as we say, just for learning. I used to come up every day, used to do seva, masti seva, everything together. And slowly and gradually, how I learned Shringar also, I don't know.
So this Ramta Lala concept is true.
Yeah, it is true. That is the way you start learning seva, and that is the way of preventing parishram to your Pushta Thakur.
To main swarup.
Yeah. So if you don't know seva and you just sit down on the platform where you perform seva for Pushta Swarup, that is nothing but parishram to him. So first of all, knowing all of the processes of seva, knowing how to perform seva, what to do, when to do, how to do. Once you know it, and then you come on that stage where you can perform seva for Pushta Thakurji, Swarup that is pushed by Vallabhacharya, then that is the best seva you can ever offer him.
Perfect. And a lot of times these Vaishnavas have a lot of pressure. Mara paase aa nathi, te nathi, falano nathi. Should they put so much pressure on themselves? There's a difference between pressure and tap, if I'm not wrong.
See, there's no space for Vaibhav in Pushtimarg. Everything is by Bhavana. Whatever you think is good for Thakurji, it should be offered. But see, again I'm telling you, Bhavana does not mean whatever we do with Bhavana is all good.
Tomorrow everyone will start offering jeans and t-shirt to Thakurji.
That is not at all. See, again, Shri Mahaprabhuji says, as we discussed in last podcast, Shastram avagatya manovag dehi Krishna sevya. That you need to know the Shastras, that whatever the scriptures are saying, whatever according to Shastras, you have to follow that, only then you can perform Seva. And if you don't, your Shraddha turns into Andhashraddha. You understand?
Yeah.
Only Bhavana, it leads to Andhashraddha, but with Shastra, it is Shraddha.
And people kinda even copy the other person without even knowing.
Yeah, so that is also a wrong thing. Doing Seva according to you, whatever you like, yatha dehe tatha deve, yatha deve tatha guru. Shri Gopinathji says. Whatever you feel on yourself is to be offered to Thakurji, and whatever you like is to be offered to your Guru.
Sure. So there's a combination of Vraja. There's a combination, because Thakurji is Vrajadip. There's a thought process of what we feel. Then there's a guidelines which is being provided in the Shringar Pranalika. And then there are certain principles which have been prescribed in the Shastra.
All four have to be connected, and then
the Seva should be done. Fantastic. So, evune mane aa thayo, mane tem thayo, and we randomly do things.
No, that is not.
There has to be some thought process behind why something is happening. Okay, this is amazing. And if Shri had to give one advice to the next generation or the current generation while they are getting ready for Seva, what would your recommendation be?
See, we do get a Akhyan, 7th Akhyan. In the first verse, it says, Aap Seva kari sikave Shri Hari. You start doing Seva, gradually Thakurji will grace you, he will always guide you how to do Seva. So there's nothing to worry about much. And all of the Pushtimargiya Vaishnavas, the only reason you all have taken Brahm Sambandh is to perform Seva. There's no other way, there's no other,
objective.
Koi dhyay, there's no other different type of any destination that you have to go except Seva. Only Seva is the way you can reach Thakurji in Pushtimarg. So doing Seva is must, and I request or agya, whatever you think, I'd like to pass it to all of you. Badai Seva karvi joiye.
It requires a very humble Acharya to say Agnya and request at the same time. But we appreciate this thought, JJ. It's truly a mandate for us, new segment of Vaishnavas, to learn these traditional yet applicable concepts in the current time of Seva. And to all my fellow Vaishnavas, there's a concept about knowing an Acharya. It says Krishna Seva Param Viksha. It defines the criteria of you seeking Brahm Sambandh from a guru who is supposed to be in Seva. And I'll tell you my personal experience. JJ is not just talking about Seva. He has been in Seva since the time he was a kid, because I've seen him grown over the period of years. So whatever he's conveying over here is not out of a chair of being a Vallabhacharya Acharya. He's someone who's practically done it on daily basis, and that's why he also deserves the right to even communicate this thought to you. So don't take it lightly, because he does Seva at a committed level, and that's when he's committing to you to even commit towards Seva. And that is something remarkable about him. Having said this, JJ, thank you so much for conveying these thoughts on Seva. I'm certain Vaishnavas will have a lot of questions and they'll be adding it on comments. Don't forget to share this particular video to a Vaishnav who needs to know some basics about Seva. And having said this, we'll conclude our session over here. Krishna Arpanamastu.